Today we're going to be replacing the RAM and upgrading the storage on a Dell G5 laptop with an AMD processor, and I'm not exactly sure which graphics this has. So it is a, we don't want to share that. So it's a P89F G5, and it has AMD RX graphics and a 4000 series processor. So first thing we want to do is make sure that it's powered off. Okay, we obviously have no power applied to it. And then we're going to flip it on its back.
And now we start with a screwdriver.
You are correct.
Wow.
I have my kids here. I'm teaching them tech. So first thing we're going to do, we are going to uninstall all of the screws around the
Dad,
back of the case. I'm going to show you how. I know, but I'm going to take them out, and then your job is going to be to put them back in, okay? Because if you take them out and put them back in, you're going to do more than your brother and your sister.
Oh, and that's called cheating.
That's not called cheating, but I want to be.
Well, it's a little bit.
I want to make sure. I want to make sure that everybody gets to do something important. Okay.
Okay.
So, Gabe is going to upgrade or install a new hard drive.
Can I go on a table?
You can stand.
No standing.
Okay. Well, Willow, I'm going to uninstall, and then Willow is going to install our new RAM.
Can I do this?
No, you're gonna fall.
I won't.
Okay, get down. I know.
Me too, Dad?
You're gonna help reinstall it, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Now I took this apart once before to see what exactly I needed, and unfortunately, I don't remember if there were any weird screws in locations I don't remember. So we're gonna learn this all together.
Be careful, Daddy.
I will try. Okay. So with most of these, when you unscrew the screws around the back, you're going to have to pop these. They have little plastic clips. So like this one, I'm gonna pop it off. And unfortunately,
What?
the
Just do the
yeah,
computer.
I didn't do anything. First of
Are
all,
you fixing it?
you could call it that.
Because we're fixing the computer.
Yeah. The first time that any device like this gets taken apart, it's gonna feel like you're gonna break it. But
I hope we don't do this again.
I hope not either. But if we do, it's because Mom's got all kinds of stuff on it. Okay, so we'll pick this up and show you around. Okay, so this is going to be your battery right here. It's usually going to have something like watt hours, the WH on there. That's going to be indicated, and then the chemistry of the battery. So like in this case, it's a lithium ion battery. This is your motherboard. You have cooling fans here. These flat looking things are heat pipes. They use like a phase change cooling in order to cool different components of your system. So this is the slot that our like our hard drive would go in, and then right here we have one storage device. This is our wireless card so that you can connect to Wi-Fi. This is your CMOS battery that stores all of your settings when you turn your computer all the way off. You have all of your input and output on this side and this side, and then your hinge in the back is here. So, this is also here where it says DIM2, DIM1. This is going to be your memory. Under these heat pipes, where they originate in the middle here, you're going to have your central processing unit and your GPU, or your graphics processing unit. Both of these are combined in this one, where you're going to have a normal CPU and a discrete graphics processor. So they'll be separate chips, but they'll be on the same board. And they'll be cooled, in laptops at least, they're going to be cooled by a kind of a combination style. In this case, I'm not exactly sure which one is which, but both of them are going to be under this. So what we're going to be doing today is installing a secondary hard drive here so that my wife has a secondary drive for games or long-term storage of videos. We're also going to be replacing her RAM with a higher capacity, faster RAM kit that's compatible with Ryzen 4000 mobile series. And then we're going to be putting it back together and testing it. So let me set this down. Gabe has a question, so let's answer that. Yes, Gabe.
Why is that green?
So the way that, and unfortunately I'm not an expert here, but the way that they manufacture these boards, green is kind of like the cheapest way to do it. So if you see like blue or black or any other color like that, it's usually something that they've decided is going to be that color, and it costs more money to do it that way.
Yep. So you.
Yep.
So they can only do it green.
You're right.
Sometimes they always want to do a different color.
Okay,
Maybe
so
purple or something.
for our hard drive, we have a Western Digital blue solid state drive, and it's 500 gigabytes, M.2. It's in the 2280, which means 22 across and 80 millimeters long, which fits perfectly here. In our case, our laptop actually has the indicators, so it has the standoff built in for 2280. This one has a smaller M.2 drive built in, and then it has a secondary slot for another the 2280. So we're going to be putting one in here, and then we'll be uninstalling and reinstalling 2 DIMMs of RAM. In this case, it's the Ripjaws DDR4 SODIMM. I bought a 16 gig 3200 speed kit. The cast latency is 18. So for what it is and what I paid for it, it's not too bad. In this unit, I have a 3200 kit. If I can pull this off. So we'll go ahead and pop this out so I can see what we have in here. And in this case, we're going to pop these clips out to the side. And then that's going to pop our memory up. I'll try to show you a little bit better on the next one. And so these are going to be a 4 gigabyte by 3200. So we're doubling that. This doesn't have the cast latency listed easily that I can find it. I'm guessing the 4 gigabyte 1R by 16 is probably 16 cast, but I'd rather go to from 8 gigabyte to 16 gigabyte with a slightly higher cast latency. Sorry about that. Had to pause to go get a hard drive screw. Thankfully, I had another M.2 screw available. So again, we're using the Western Digital Blue, the 500 gigabyte M.2 SSD. Should have the SATA. Whoop. So we'll set this down here. So in the box, we've got some instructions, which we're not going to read.
We'll read later.
And then we have our SSD. So in this case, again, it's the M.2 2280 drive. We will pop these out, and I'm going to have my son Gabe install this.
So how do I do
So what we're going to do, I'll show you once, and then you can do it, okay? So do you see how it's keyed? You have a middle slot, and then you have 2 ones on the side. In this case, we're only concerned that it has a little key here. So we will slot it in.
Oh, I get it now.
You push it in place. It'll click in. And then when you push it down, I'll tighten the screw, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so don't touch the contacts. Touch the side. I have the screw, and then I have a screwdriver.
Show me when you're ready.
Go ahead. Make sure it goes in straight. And then you'll want to put one hand on it so you can push a little bit. You're going to have to kind of click it into place. It'll go in at an angle. Don't worry about it. Like that.
I'm gonna break it.
You're not going to break it. Okay. Okay. Okay, here's what I want you to do, okay? Pick it up like this, and then what I want you to do is just line it up here in the slot, and then with one finger, you want to push it. See how it clicked like that?
Yeah.
Okay, try again. Okay, I'll hold the laptop in place.
Line it up.
Yep, it's lined up. Go ahead and give it a firm push. Keep going. Keep going. There we go. You felt it click?
Yeah.
Yeah, it felt like you were going to break it right up to that point. And then to hold these in place, we have one screw that goes down at the top of the M.2 SSD. And we're going to clip that, or screw it all the way down. And then we have this in place. So now we have 500 gigabytes on this that has the heat shield. And then we have another 500 gigabytes here. Let's see if we can tighten that down a bit more. I felt it wiggle just a little bit.
Now let me test it.
Perfect. Okay. Now, next thing that we're going to do, we'll move the camera over here a little bit so that we can see a little better. Okay, thanks, Gabe. Willow, it's your turn, okay? Hop up, Em. Willow's turn. Okay, the next thing we're going to do, we have our Ripjaws DDR4 SODIMM kit. It is a 16 gigabyte, 3200 speed, 18 cast latency. First thing we're going to do is uninstall the first kit. So, with these SODIMM kits like this, the way that they're going to be held in is going to be, there are going to be little metallic tabs here. So, at the top here, there's a little metal clip here that we are going to push out. I would normally use a finger, but for illustration purposes, I'm going to use a screwdriver so you can see. Right there, we're going to push that and see how it sits out a little bit further than it normally did. Thank you, Willow. Can you back up? And then on this side, we're going to do the exact same thing. Again, right above the plastic here. And then when we do both of those, the SODIMM slot pops up. So if you look at it from the side, it pops up at an angle. So what we're going to do, we will uninstall both of those. Okay.
It's like what?
First set, let me borrow this, and then we will use the second set. It's the exact same retention format, but it might look a little bit different from one to another. Back up. Okay, so we have our new RAM kit here. If you notice, the slot is not quite in the center from left to right and right to left. It's a little bit off to one side. So when we go to install it into our new kit, we want to make sure the pins are not lined up either. Willow, I'm going to push this in and then I'm going to have you help me install it, okay? Okay, so we have it here. Can you help me push? No. Push in this way, okay? Push on the top towards me. Yeah, push this way, and then we'll push down. Okay, that's the first one in place, and then we will put the second one in place. Yep, this one slots in here, and then we will also click that in place, okay? Oh, hold on one sec. There we go. Okay, now push it down. Okay, perfect. All right, so with that, we have a new 500 gigabyte hard drive installed, and we have also installed 16 gigabytes of memory where there used to only be 8. So what we'll do is reinstall the backplate and then give the unit a test boot. Okay, back up, Willow. Emery's turn. Em, you're on deck. Okay, so we're gonna take this plate that we just took off. We're gonna put it on here, and then like the first time, we will pop it down. And again, it might sound a little bit uncomfortable sometimes, but a lot of these will have plastic clips in addition to the screws that we're putting in. So we will pop the cover back on. Let me make sure the corners are seated because I don't think they are. Okay, that one's seated. And then we'll seat this one. Okay, we got all of the plastic down in place. So now all we have to do is reinstall all of the screws. Okay, Emery,
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and start them, and then I will have you finish them, okay? Let me see the
Dad,
screwdriver.
I saw you.
I know, but I want to start them because if you cross thread them, then it's going to be very difficult to get them put in, okay?
But I mean, like, am I supposed to aim him that way?
Yeah. You have to hit.
My wife is playing Breath of the Wild with my son. Sorry for the background noise. Alright, so I got most of the, or I will have all of them started, and then I'm going to have you finish them, okay, Emery? And it looks like we've got one more that we're missing. And then I'll get the 4 across the back. And then I'll have you finish them, okay? Okay. Go ahead, Em. Make sure you put pressure down, okay? Line it straight up, and then put pressure down and turn. No, you gotta turn the black part, okay? Sorry about that. My phone ended up dying. Okay, I'm gonna hold this in place for you. Good. Get the next one. Nope. When it pops up like that, it's usually time to get the next one. That's good. Okay, and then stop. This one, this one, this one, and this one I already got a little bit because they were the back, and on this case in specific, those ones are not that easy. So open it up for me, and then let's see if it boots. Can you push the power button for me?
Working, and now it is.
So update, the only thing that changed between when I cut and now is that I plugged it in and hit the power button, and Dell Support Assist popped up with a warning message saying memory change. So what we're going to do is go ahead and select, if I can find the cursor, we will hit continue and see what happens. Looks like it's trying to
Load.
test the, it's testing the new memory that we installed to make sure that there's no errors and that it's compatible. It's showing the UEFI BIOS and what the individual service tag is for this unit. Let's see what happens. Okay, preset system preferences. No hardware issues were found. Please click continue to launch the support OS. Okay, let's see what continue does. No, let's try cancel.
Cancel?
I don't need the support. Yeah, I don't need the support tool. Yeah, it's booting. I don't need the support tool. I just want to see if it's recognizing the memory that we installed. Baby, you can't get up right now, okay?
So every single time we need to... Can I sit in the chair?
How about you sit in your high chair and watch?
No.
Yes.
No. Let's see. The new memory. It's working. Hey, it's working!
Okay, hold on.
A little bit better.
Alright, so it looks like success. Our task manager is recognizing 16 gigabytes in the memory. So let me go in and see if it's picking up the hard drive, and if not, I will show you how to map it.